And a pleasant good morning to you from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam for Wednesday, December 6th. We've got a big card of NBA action tonight. We've got some NHL and college basketball to talk about today, and we'll preview the sports betting card. How to go for you guys yesterday with the exciting, thrilling NBA in-season tournament. Hey, that's our little secret, right? If people don't want to watch, that's their choice. Come back in after Christmas. Come back on Christmas if you want to follow your usual routine. Hey, what did Kevin Durant, who was on the losing team last night, say about the tournament? It felt like a playoff game out there. So you decide. If it's not good enough for the fans, it's obviously good enough for the players. So maybe you're just watching the wrong league. so pretty exciting and good tournament so far, and we'll see moving forward what happens in those final games heading out to Las Vegas. I know they couldn't say it enough last night. I mean, I was getting a little bit, even I here. I mean, I am understanding some of the greatness that Las Vegas has to offer, certainly, and I'm down with it here. I mean, of course, I've been here, uh, dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of times before moving here, but how many times did Kevin Harlan and Reggie Miller have to say a trip to Las Vegas is on the line? I still think the $500,000 is probably pretty good. So, but we saw the teams advance here in the NBA in-season tournament. But I did think those comments from Durant were quite poignant. The Bucks are the favorites to win the tournament at plus 170. The Lakers are plus 250. So that's the expected matchup in those semifinal games. Also, the Pelicans are plus 360, and the Pacers are plus 425. When we get to those matchups tomorrow, we will, of course, be previewing those games. The lines are already out for the most part. You have the Bucks, a 4-point favorite over the Pacers, a total 254.5, and the Lakers are a 2-point favorite over the Pelicans, and the total 230. Those games are tomorrow. And we'll talk a few more things with you. Just want to say hello to some people showing up here in the chat. I hear the Discord going off, so appreciate you guys in there and seeing your comments there for today's games. And appreciate, of course, my soccer crew. Some good games today. Hopefully, they're here and showing up. Let me take a look at who is here. I wanted to pass along just some breaking news I saw just as I was coming on the air, kind of why I was even 2 or 3 minutes more late than usual, was that uh, uh, producer, satirist, if you will, Norman Lear passed away today. He turned sitcoms basically into, kind of social statements a little bit, right? He kind of made it some of the comedy back then could have been considered a little bit risque for today's crowd, but really it was more about attacking social issues and working through those barriers a little bit. And we see today that are prevalent, especially right now in society. So, talk about comedy sometimes, and comedians can get a little loose, and now we're kind of putting them in check. But sometimes it's just better to share each other's uh you know flaws a little bit. We've all got them, no matter what part of society you're from, and we're all part of the human race. So there's a political statement for you. Hey, Nicholas Handy was here to bring those good vibrations in today. Chad's already got his play of the day. Hello to Jimmy. Brent's here as well. And we had some losses yesterday in college, but I don't want to talk about them. Let's talk about the good stuff here today. Thomas says, like and smash, get us started here on the Morning Steam by liking this video. Subscribe to our channel, the Tony's Picks YouTube channel, the 40,000 subscriber juggernaut. Programming today, including Midday Plays, Mindy Hahn, and Tiffany Mance 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. The ladies bring you their perspective on sports betting card today. Tony T has all of his videos today previewing NBA and college basketball and his predictive modeling show that comes on at 5 Eastern and 2 Pacific, followed by the drive through. Tony T with the Pick Dogs crew previewing all the games before the top of the 7 o'clock Eastern hour. Get you ready for those primetime games. So check them out. I'm always in there in the chat. So head on over to the tonyspicks.com side and I'll have a few pieces of information, sometimes a free play. I like to play the game there where I pick the winner at the end. Solos here today. And okay, Thomas says might be having a little bit of technical difficulty. Let me know. Share any information you can here. We want to help out. I see a couple dozen of you in here, so things might be rolling okay. Solo had a good day yesterday. Doubles is here today. And, I am not trying to make, again, I keep harping on those people a little bit that criticize it, but, the pro basketball season's 81 games long. And maybe these people are showing up for the playoffs, but I'm pretty much talking about seeing handicappers basically say, "Hey, we're not interested." Well, what else are you going to bet on? I mean, college basketball, NHL. Jamal here. Let me know if anybody can't see me. Might be better. I might be better as a podcast. Who knows? Matt D, hello. Salty, hello. And the Sharks. Hey, we had them. We had them. We had the Sharks. Hey, somebody got to have the Sharks once in a while. Did we do yesterday in some of the action here on the show? I don't even think I want to talk about college basketball. Hopefully, we get it together today. And I mean, I can't even come up with I can't win the beta. I can't win not supposed to talk about the losers, but hey, Ninja's ready to go with that early game. And we'll talk about it. But get your opinions ready, everybody, for that one. That one goes off at 11 Eastern and 8 a.m. Pacific. So I put it in the rotation and it'll lead off the coverage today. If you got to go, Ninja, I can just tell you maybe the play right now, even though I like to preview it a little bit. I don't know, we don't preview too much around here. We just give out the plays, but all right. And hey, Joseph Thompson, thank you for your play today. Wow. Awesome coming in with some early plays here. Green Bay and Edwardsville to go over. Hey, I'm going to bring you that Steam maybe a little later as well in the Discord. Didn't have time to get it up in there right now, but I would have liked to. Oh, and let me see. I think I might have actually agreed with you on this one already with Green Bay. Well, I'm not sure yet, actually, but I don't have that one in the preview. So thank you to Joseph Thompson. Not sure if we've talked, met, or anything, but I like that you're here and giving out some plays, and that's what it's all about. You guys are the stars of this show in the chat. I'm just here hosting. I'll give out my plays, of course, but I want my chat stars here to have their plays, and we'll talk Texas and Marquette. Interesting there, right? With Shaka taking his team to play his old team. All right, I'm going to go over to tonyspicks.com here, unless you guys have anything else real quick. Load it up, and then I'll discuss a few more items, and then we'll get the previews started because we got quite a few games to talk about. The NBA card, of course, is heavy, and the NBA card, the NBA card is heavy, and 4 games on the ice, and I think I've selected 7 or 8 college games on this pretty big card today. All right. Some of the events from yesterday. Major League Baseball lottery, the Las Vegas A's. Can I talk about? They fell from the number one position for the second year in a row. I guess 162 games isn't enough to determine the worst team in the league, or maybe it's too easy for them. So Cleveland jumps from the 9 spot to number one. The Reds jump from the 14 spot to number two. Imagine if the other leagues did it. You can't jump that far like in the NBA lottery. But Cleveland, Reds, Rockies, A's, White Sox, and Royals. And not a big deal. A Major League Baseball draft a little bit different, but we'll mention one signing from yesterday. Um, the White Sox signed the most valuable player from the Korean baseball organization this past year. The best player in the league of the season that just concluded, and that would be Eric Fetty. And Fetty's coming back to the White Sox off of an amazing year, actually, in Korea. We'll see. We've seen some of the best Korean pitchers over the last couple of years come back here and do okay, do pretty good for themselves, make some money, and Eric Fetty will be that guy with the White Sox. So, Yankees acquire Alex Verdugo from Boston. The Dodgers met with Ohtani. Ohtani's also met with the Blue Jays. He's met with the Giants, the Cubs. One report says they've dropped out of the bidding. The Cubs say we're still in it. So we'll see on that one. And also, I'm watching Soto, but man, it does seem like the Yankees are heating up on that one. Uh, Tough news for the Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence, he could miss several weeks now, looking at that ankle sprain, which maybe was a little bit more grave than I had said. Certainly just a sprain, but could be kind of a high ankle sprain. Could take him out until near the playoffs. Jacksonville's in pretty good position, but certainly need Lawrence and Christian Kirk. He'll need surgery on that groin injury, so that was a little bit tough to swallow there. Aaron Rodgers wasn't happy about what they said about Zach Wilson, and Wilson kind of balked at coming back into the starter, so he got a lot of heat from the public yesterday. So all right, and we'll talk maybe a little college basketball as well. I talked about my San Diego State team, how they ended up in a situation playing Grand Canyon on the road, and just didn't feel very comfortable. We weren't right on the total, but I think we kind of intimated that they were going to be in trouble in that game. Grand Canyon had never defeated a top 25 team in 9 tries, but anybody saw it, man. That crew, those fans, just impossible. How the Aztecs ended up playing Grand Canyon just ended up being the Aztecs needed a home and home. They couldn't find a player, so or an opponent. So they ended up saying that we'll do one with Grand Canyon. That's tough. All right. Let's go over to Tony'sPicks.com. Fernando's in here, so maybe we can talk the soccer schedule a little bit. And yep, Terrell, you got it. No, I mean, hey, look, I'm looking for winners today, so get your college plays ready. I've got 7 or 8 games. I'm going to try again today. I'm not, but I mean, I know what I'm, know what areas I'm focused on. So I backed off the premiums right now if the college isn't quite clicking. So hopefully everybody was happy there. The subscribers yesterday, thank you if you're in here to the subscribers of the package yesterday, because we'll go over to Tony'sPicks.com right now. Take a look at who did well yesterday here. On the site, it was Hollywood Sam cranking out another strong day. Sam goes 6-0. Marlo Pettis 3-0 on the day. Good job to those guys. We don't get to see them, but they're part of our site, and I'm going to promote them. I went 4-1 yesterday with my premium picks, including NBA in-season tournament. Of course, hey, No wonder I'm talking about it like it's a great thing. I've pretty much rolled these two tournament days here, going 3-1 basically in both days is what I felt like. In the quarterfinals yesterday, we had Milwaukee over the Knicks as a premium pick. That's the one we lost there. I think was the under in that game. Gave it out here on the show, but that thing was going way over early. So, hey, didn't have the tempo right. That's usually what I like to do, but we went premium on the side with the Bucks, and the Bucks rolled the Knicks to advance. We also had the under in Phoenix and the Lakers, and that one cooperated with us. We also gave out the Lakers here on the show, so thought we had that one down pretty well. A couple winners there in the NBA in-season tournament in my premium picks. Also had premium pick winners in hockey. Right, guys? You were here. We were all here together. Minnesota and Calgary over was my first premium pick. We also gave out Minnesota on the show, but how about the New Jersey and Vancouver game, you guys? I couldn't contain my excitement there last night a little bit in that one, kind of giving it away on the show. Um, because I couldn't decide whether I liked the Devils. I mean, I started the segment saying, I think I like the Devils. And then by the end of the segment, I'd switch to the Canucks. And of course, I mean, the game was just like that, right? It was 5-3, it was 5-5, and just a crazy game. But we knew that it was going to be a massive over with those two teams. So we had a premium winner there. For our four winners, also take a look at other top handicappers from yesterday, including Nick Bartini, the face of Platinum Cappers. He went 75% yesterday. Chauncey Giles, another day, another winner for Chauncey. Tim Irwin, 2-1. Mindy Hahn, hey, we know who Mindy Hahn is. These other folks are not making appearances, but Mindy Hahn, of course, on her show. Hey, 2-1 of the premiums. Nick Logaretos, 5-5 here. All right. And for the last 7 days, and Nick Bartini on top here of the handicapper leaderboards. Wow, coming in pretty strong here at 72% or so, with 9 3/4 units of profit. The VIP account pretty strong here, up over 8.5 units over the last 7 days. Tony T, strong run right here, up 744 over the last 7 days. Tiffany Mance, 23-16 for plus 413 units, and I'm on top on there on the handicapper leaderboards for the last 7 days. Oh man, so stretchy here, and I'm up there 412 units over the last 7 days. So I'm up there getting rolling here. You know what it's like. You know what's going to happen. Let's take a look at the last 30 days. Daniel Woloschuk up here, up nearly 20 units over the last 30 days. Joseph Schultz here is up 12.5 units. Tiffany Mance is up 12.5 units as well. Nick Bartini, 10 1/3 units. Marlon Pettis is up 8 units over the last 30 days. Check out our premium picks over at Tony'sPicks.com. These are our best picks, or at least they're my best picks. I'm going to hopefully give you some free winners in the sports here coming up in just a few moments with our previews, but I'm going to put my best picks over here at Tony'sPicks.com and take a look at picks packages from our crew today, including Nick Bartini's got a 3-pack. Tony T's got his 3-pack, and Daniel has a 5-pack today. And best bets from the crew include those from Nick Logaretos and Hollywood Sam. Ben Ruhala as well. Check us out over at Tony'sPicks.com. Use that promo code TonyT at checkout to save 20% off the premium pick packages. You click on the All Cappers tab, click on the handicapper profile page. There you'll see the profile of the handicappers. You know me, I talk forever. You think that? Look it up right. Try to give you a little synopsis of my betting philosophy here if you have enough time to read that. But more so, you have the premium pick packages. Hey, why not get with me here and get you into the weekend with the 3-day all sports pass for just $99 and use the promo code Tony T at checkout. That'll save you 20% off that. Get this package after 3 p.m. Eastern today and noon Pacific, and you'll likely get 4 days worth of coverage. You'll get today's picks, you'll get the picks from Thursday, you'll get the picks from Friday, and then on Saturday, you'll get a good sampling of picks. Yeah, on Saturday I come in with a little bit late action there as well, but usually before noontime, or if you order it before 3, I mean, you're going to get pretty much all of my Saturday action. So get this package today and you'll ride with me for 4 days. Actually, with my premium picks, it'll be at least, I'm sure, 25 picks. There's no guarantee of how many, but it ain't going to be one. It ain't going to be 4. It's going to be 20 to 25. It might be 30. Just depends how we're running. And, because, hey, press it when you're hot and dial it back when you're not. And that's a good formula. Thanks for listening to that. We'll go back over to the site and get ready for the show. And say hello to a few more folks. Fernando is here. So we're talking maybe, oh, man, it is a very nice international soccer card today for sure, with plenty of Premier League action tonight for those of you interested. Real hot card Premier League today for sure. Fernando and Gerardo, they specialize in all the leagues, but the fans, you also got to appease the fans a little bit, right? And Premier League today, hello to Perky. He needs one winner. He needs one winner. I'm looking for like about 50 of them if I can. Oh, okay. Oh, great, Joseph. Oh, well, I mean, you're talking about the group over there. I mean, those guys, I've been running with them for years to a certain extent. I got away from them a little bit just because over time, started working on some stuff here, but it's great to kind of hang with those guys, certainly on some of their shows. Really excited they've been inviting me over there to some of that. Because otherwise, I'm just sitting here watching the games by myself. All right. I'm checking out your comments. I don't know. Not going to get too much into them, but just want you guys to know that I care about what you're saying to one another. Ray, hello here today. Jimmy wants to go with Mercer in that first game. Okay, I might just default. Maybe I'll go to the total in it. I'm looking at South Alabama a little bit, but yeah, I wasn't. I got it all loaded up and ready, and I'll let you guys kind of handle it too. So, all right. Other matches today in Copa del Rey, big tournament day in Spain, certainly, and they're about ready to roll. Probably should have some of that action on, it feels like, right now. Also, the Pokal, where I don't know, we had some pretty strong picks in the Pokal, I think, the other day, right? Ajax is playing today in their league. And Scotland, Copa Italia has a nice game. So should be a good day. And don't bury the lead here a little bit for fans like me. In Mexican semifinals tonight, America is at San Luis. All right. Hope we got everybody in there with their comments. Thank you. All right, Panger's got his plays in case he has to go. Appreciate it. We'll get started with the show. I think here maybe we'll talk a little college basketball review when we get to that point, because no need to hash too much of it. But there were certainly some interesting results, like I said, like I mentioned last night there. So system play. All right, I guess all the action's rolling in, so we might as well get started, because we got a ton of games to talk about. And it looks like my scoreboard's broken bad. No big deal. Nobody watches that but me. Let's get started with the coverage today in the NBA with a pretty impressive card. The one thing about this card, obviously, folks, I don't know, maybe you just use your app, so the games are going to appear all up there. If not if you refer to some type of, paper scheduling, or I mean, me and my sheets of paper with all the games. I mean, I had to write down all the teams today because these matchups were not determined before the start of the season. They were kind of determined after the uh, tournament was decided, and then they matched up these teams. Still didn't necessarily read into the criteria. That just fell a little bit out of my uh, time frame there, but didn't read how they necessarily came to determine. Now, I do know that, for example, the teams that did lose in the in-season tournament quarterfinals, pardon me, will end up playing each. So, kind of, they were talking about the bad, kind of the bad news that you get. For example, losing last night, the Knicks lose and have to go play Boston in Boston or something to that effect on, I think it was Friday. So just a little bit of, you know, tough luck. I get the, losers of the tournament are playing a little tougher, playing another tough game. So, all right, let's get into it today with this good NBA card. So again, maybe you know these matchups, maybe you don't. So I'm sure most of you have it on the app. You're looking, if you will, but I'm sure you guys are ready to go on these. I am. And so we'll get started on it with NBA action tonight with the Magic taking on the Cavaliers here in this one. We've seen the Cavs here, favorite 4 and 223, maybe even two. I'm showing a 222 and a half. I'm showing a 223 and a half in this one today. Orlando, they've done a pretty nice job. We know on the road. I mean, they've been one of our money makers here. Although this one does look like it's certainly a bit tougher. Cleveland just a 4-point favorite. We know we've kind of capitalized on Orlando getting more points than this on occasion so far. So far this season, and we've got some good trends and information to look at here. I'm just kind of getting rolling on this one. Getting my notes together, getting my notes together, and I'm ready to roll here with the Cavs at home, favored for the Cavaliers, coming in with a record here of 11-9 right now, and the Magic certainly a little bit better than that, 14-6 so far this season, and Orlando money against the number, 6-3 against the spread on the road so far, 15-5 this season. For the Cavaliers, they have not been a moneymaker at home so far with a 3-7 spread record. So might think that the Magic could be live here in this one because they've been so good against the spread, and the Cavs have been overrated to a certain extent. But uh, can argue here that the spread is kind of moving into kind of a competitive range, right? I mean, Orlando's not getting those points that they were originally this season. So, as far as the totals go in this one, Cleveland 4-7 to the under so far this season. And Cavaliers, their last 30 games as a favorite, kind of in this range. Well, let me pass on that one a little bit, but I think I'm ready to go here. What do you guys have in the Cavs game? Under for Chad. Yep. And under for Fernando, and he wants the Magic here as well. Okay, and we did see already Panger. That was in his plays here in that one. So, yeah, I mean, Orlando, they've just been so terrific. I mean, why couldn't they at least come in here and compete? I do think I like that under, though, especially here at 223, and that probably be the direction that I'm going to look. Give me the under tonight. I could just almost say right now, and we'll see. I'm going to try to balance it out with some sides. I mean, I don't know if the if I'm missing something here, if the in-season tournament threw me off, there's the steam has been, and it's probably affected my numbers here a little bit. The widely reported steam has come in on a lot of overs so far. Like half the games have moved to the over, and it's already almost automatically put me in a position to want to only consider the under in almost every game. It seems like so. Could be a day for evaluation for me on these numbers. I don't think anything's changed because the in-season tournament is over. Like I said, I was preaching in a lot of these. Now, granted, one of the games got a little bit goofy there with the Knicks and the Bucks yesterday, end up going way over. But I was kind of saying that we'd see some defense, and look, the Laker game, we definitely saw some defense there for a period, and I think that was kind of what slowed the game down, made it go under. So just give me the under in this one to start us off here on the show. But, certainly plenty to look at with some of these unders here in this one today. The Cavs 13-3 to the under in their last 16 games as a home favorite, dating back to last season, and also 15-6 in their last 21 games to 15-6 to the under in their last 21 games off of a spread loss. Debatable whether they did, that game with Detroit, I believe, fell close to the number. So Cleveland just 1-4 against the number in their last 5 home games. And all right, I'm going to go under in this one. Brent maybe leaning here. Ninja, I was talking about the game last night with LeBron and Durant. I was concerned there when Durant went down and reached for the back of the ankle. Felt relief that it was just a turned ankle yesterday. Don't want to see Durant with a serious injury or anything like that. The Grizzlies are at the Pistons in this one, and the Grizzlies on the road here. 1.5 point favorite. Is that right? Let's take a look. I'm showing now some 2s out there, and the total 219 or so in this one right now. And man, to me, I'm almost kind of wanting to come back here and take another under here with this one with the Grizzlies and the Pistons. It might even be lower than 219 right now. Yeah, 218.5 here at Bovada. Maybe you hear that steam just rolling in. These college numbers are getting blasted right now. But we're on the NBA here in this one with the Pistons trying to fix things here with a 2-18 record so far. Memphis has been nearly as bad with a 5-14 record. We thought we'd keep waiting, saying these two teams can, put it back together a little bit. But the Pistons, they've been able to get a few numbers here of late, but it was against. Well, the Cleveland game, like I said, it fell right on the number pretty much at 9. They did cover a big number there against the Knicks. We were on them, I believe, in that one. So with Grizzlies, though, and Pistons in this one, you have the Pistons still 3-6-1 against the spread at home this season. Grizzlies 3-5 against the spread as a favorite. But Grizzlies have picked up a few covers here of late. 3-game cover streak. They covered against Phoenix, even though they lost that game. They won and covered against Dallas. They won and covered against Utah. So Memphis been putting up some unders here, certainly of late. Detroit's been mostly an over team this season, including 12-6 to the over as an underdog. I don't know if that's something I can get behind tonight in this one. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be on the under, unless you guys can talk me out of it. Man, am I going to give out a bunch of unders right now and be the most boring capper today. Here's Pistons. Pistons and under here. Pistons is one of the strongest plays you guys are saying on this card tonight. Wow. Okay. Well, I mean, Detroit does have some, a few things going for them here in this one, but there's also some things that aren't so great. The Pistons are 8-19-2 against the spread. Their last 29 games following a spread win. Again, I think that last game was a push, but the number could have been had either way in that one, so might not be a great sample there. Fernando says the total's already dropped 2 points this morning. To this number, yeah, okay. I didn't see any 220s, but let me see. Well, maybe I did actually. Yeah, let me take a look. 221. It got up to at Parks. Boy, wouldn't it be nice to have that number? But that seems pretty solid. I like that type of. Hey, um, I would have liked to have seen a few more samples of a high number. I did see 220 at Bovada as well. I'm seeing here now. So whenever I see a little like nice sharp reverse line movement, it's a little bit of a market play to a certain extent. Memphis took the widely reported steam in this one, kind of going against what some of you were saying there. But I'm gonna take the under again in this one. Give me 2 games, and I got 2 unders so far. And I'm just going to caution you. I think more are on the way. Maybe with this one. Okay. Yeah. Well, you know me, Terrell. Never going to pass. And, well, sometimes we get some bad on the end of some bad plays, right? What is wrong with Florida Atlantic? They're not the same, I guess. The Sixers are on the road. They're a 10-point favorite. The total's 239 and a half here, taking on the Wizards today. Okay, well, this one should be a higher scoring game, but I don't know if it's going to necessarily go over this number. uh, uh, the widely reported steam on this. Well, no, I don't really have much. I'm going to refresh it, but I don't think we've seen much yet here. We have definitely seen that reverse line movement that I do like here in this one. For Philly, they come in right now absolutely terrific as a favorite this season, 10-3 against the spread. Washington 1-6 against the number at home. Could the Sixers roll and cover these double digits here today? Tough game to kind of want to be involved with. That's why maybe just end up on the total. Like I said, I mean, the thing is, I'm leaning under because I just think that all my numbers are coming in under all my models. All the models are coming in under because these two teams are over teams for sure, and that's why you're seeing the high total here in this one of 239.5. You know that Philly has been going over quite a bit here of late. There are plenty of over trends here. How about this one? Sixers 15-7-2 to the over in their last 24 games as a road favorite of 5 to 10 points here. So that one kind of stood out for me because that's right in this range here. They end up going over a little bit, but man, I just I don't have the trends. I don't think necessarily to back this one up necessarily because I just feel like it's just being set a little bit too high here. I'm probably going to be on the under, you guys. I look, maybe Philly can get this money. They've obviously been doing a pretty good job spread wise right now. And like I said, Washington at home's not getting anything done. Now they are a 50-50 proposition as an underdog against the spread so far this season. Basically, they've been an underdog in every game but one. And the one game they were favored, they did not get it done. Here comes your comment. Something it looks like on this one. Ray wants to go under. Chad says NBA is the easiest. Yeah. Fernando's got the over here. Jeff says, don't bet basketball. Oh my God. What are we going to do? Football only. We'd only bet like, 40 days, 45 days a year. Thank you, Jeff. This might not be the place for you, but I do appreciate you, brother. All right. And Fernando says 76ers here for him. I was like, who 76-10? That sounds like Fernando's soccer record. Hey, I want to say hi. I missed his pick on a game, but I want to say hi to my good friend Nathaniel now Gawker coming in today. It's always great to have him. So, we're not passing on any basketball. We're firing on basketball. Parlays, teasers, round robins, props. All right. Perky says it is high. That's just it. And I could try to find the spot here, maybe to take this uh favorite, but I think more so I'll just end up on the under again. Very interesting here by Terrell. He says, don't take the blue bloods, don't take the popular teams. And I don't know. I can't look at it necessarily that way, but um, I have a lot to say about it, and I think I just will continue to do so, show by show by show. I thank you for coming, everybody, and getting to know my philosophy a little bit. So far, the philosophy is we're going under in the NBA. 3 games, 3 unders. I'm worried, but I saw this coming. I'm going to try to give out a few sides here, but I'm saving a few sides for my premiums too. Here's the Nets taking on the Hawks. The Hawks are a 3.5 to 4 point favorite. The total 242.5, 243. Now this one did take widely reported steam on the over, by the way. And why not? These two teams are certainly producing a few overs so far this season. We know the Nets have been one of our moneymakers here this season. Loving the Nets over in general, not necessarily, but where's my graphic? Here we go. So the Nets are 14-4-1 against the spread this season, and they're going up against an Atlanta team that's 5-14 against the spread so far. So this looks like a pretty good spot for Brooklyn, maybe even to go get a victory here, possibly in this one. Maybe an upset. Can we get a side here? Possibly going in this one. I'm not sure, really, because for me, I almost wanted to take the favorite here. I thought the net line came a little bit too long, but I've just been so thankful for the Nets bringing us plenty of victories so far this season. And for me, I'm just going to be on the total under here. Could that happen? I mean, I get it. Look, with these two teams, I mean, you're going to get crazy totals here. Atlanta's gone 7-1 to the over at home so far. Brooklyn's trended over as well too. They're 11-8 to the over. Atlanta's 11-7-1, but it's been at home that they've had all these overs. But there's been some buyback from sharps. It hasn't been all pounding the over here, although the line obviously has gone up a couple of points. If anything, it's created a little bit of value for a fool like me, it feels like. Let's see here. Ron has a do not bet list, apparently. And, interesting doubles. Now I'm worried if Tony's got a bunch of overs. Oh, no. And I get it. I mean, maybe after the tournament here a little bit, again, I'm just reacting to some of these numbers keep going high right now. They keep inching up higher and higher. I get it. Look, overs are coming in this season at over 52%. The big sample is every game is in this sample. It's just 52-48 pretty much. It's over 52%. It's not 53. I didn't look in the last through the turn. But this many games is not going to change very much. I mean, it's 52-48 overs right now in the percentage wise today. Nets have to be live dogs possibly here in this one, but yeah, I'm just worried. I'm just scared because uh, the my computer, my numbers are saying this is possibly the Atlanta spot finally here tonight. Hello to Kay. It's so nice to see you, Ray. Kay here. Yep, they get that time off for the big championship semifinals. So, what that is a great point. I want to say hello to Mark Roper here today. Ray says take the Nets. Kind of want to take the. eh, all right. Uh, I'm gonna lay the points with Atlanta here, you guys. I'm going against my net. I'm going against all these trends here in this one. I'm not being, for lack of a better word, an attention whore here or anything, saying, look at me." But I'm going to take the favorite here in this one and buck these trends. Nets have been good to me, I know, and I love the Nets. I'm a fan of the Nets. Fernando says over, and you know, hey, like I said, these it looks like I'm probably Atlanta and under in this one, and again, I'm feeling pretty contrarian here today. Well, nobody ever called me sane. And Chad's got the challenge here. Yeah. Okay. I'm that guy today, I guess. Well, no, I knew coming in. I looked at the card and I said, I'm not going to be popular. No, I mean, not popular. My plays aren't going to be popular with you guys today. I feel like we're going and again, nobody cares, right? Like they're not going to say tomorrow, "Wow, Ramon, he was really contrarian yesterday and won all those games," or "What a fool not to go with the you know." Uh, just I just had we just commented on public sides here to a certain. Now I don't know if the Nets are a public side, but like I said, you look at the spread number. Do people even look at the spread numbers? Do they think the Hawks are better than the Nets? I don't know if I do. I'm just, again, I've got my own spots, my own look, my own feel. I'm an independent thinker, you guys. I'm an independent thinker. Spurs and Timberwolves today in this one. You got double digit favorite here again with the Timberwolves in this one minus 12. Yep, and 228.5. That one looks pretty solid. And at this point, you have for the Timberwolves, they're 7-2-1 against the spread at home so far this season. San Antonio, they're just 3-6 against the spread so far on the road so far this season. As far as the pace of play with these at least spread totals wise, the Spurs have gone over in 13 of their 19 games so far this season, despite that 3-16 straight up record. This one did have some widely reported steam come in on the over at 226.5. Again, driving this total up. The basically saying the odds makers have come in today, you guys, with a lot of uh, a lot of numbers that the public has driven up. People like you guys, I guess, or it looks like the overs are popular, and I'm here to try to put a stop to it. It feels like there's not a lot to say. I mean, Minnesota 4-6 to the under at home so far this season, and a couple other notes that I could throw in. I'm not trying to sell you necessarily on it, but let's see here. Oops, just lost my Just lost my Steam there. Where'd it go? All right. There it is. Okay. Yeah, it was 226.5. The widely reported Steam came in on the over in this one. Okay. You guys have the plays. Let me see what you guys have. Here's the Wolves at home for Ray, and here's Fernando with the over. And Wolves here, they're public. You guys maybe need to tell me who is public and who's not. But I mean, I know that the thank you, Kay. That's funny. Yeah. But we know the Spurs are going to be kind of frowned upon a little bit by the public, considering how poorly they've been so far this season, not only that, not getting numbers as well. Let me see what chat is saying here. Let me try to dissect this here. No one knows what the sharp play is and what the public play is, and picks the public play and it hits. That's the sharp side, correct? No one knows what the sharp. I'm supposed to be on here. I claim to know who the sharps are on. That is my job. But that doesn't mean I'm right. Hi, Brandon. Good to have you. So, and again, it's just a perception. It's almost a talking point necessarily. It really doesn't matter what I say or do or anybody else perceives it to be, Chad, right? But I don't know. Can we just broad brush the public teams that we were talking about? Like saying, good teams, are they the Lakers, Nuggets, Celtics, things like that? And just go on. But I don't, I don't know. Or teams in long winning streaks, losing streaks, vice versa. Okay, looks like I can't make up enough here to get me necessarily, on a side. I'm going to have to go under again for the fourth out of 5 games. I'm going under in this one. Again, it's been pushed up. The Steam came in on the over. Maybe it's going to go over. Maybe it's going to be another high scoring game. All right. Here comes the Heat and the Raptors. In this one, we have the Raptors, a 3.5 point favorite. The total 219.5 up to basically 219.5, 220.5 right there. So I think we can leave it right in the middle at 220. In this, who would be the public side in this one? I mean, do you factor in that one team is Canadian? Can the Raptors ever be public? I don't know. Anyways, it's been Miami that's been a good cover team on the road so far, 7-4-1 against the spread on the road for the Heat, which is interesting, right? They haven't been playing very well. Well, maybe they've been favored by too many, is what it feels like. Toronto, pretty nondescript in their overall season here against the spread. For the Raptors, let's see. Chad's 6-1 against the spread for Toronto in the last 7 meetings in this series. Miami has gone over in 5 of their last 7 games. Raptors have also covered for the last 5 meetings here at home between the two teams. Miami mentioned that that good spread record so far this season, but Toronto has covered 6 of 11 at home, a little bit over 500. Chad says the Raptors, he doesn't think it's a very good game. Can't trust the Raptors. Yep, we're getting there to the Rockets, my friend. Hi, JJ. Nice to see you. Hey, check out Mindy and Tiffany on their show at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 Pacific on Midday Plays. We had a great show, but we have 2 shows now. So check it out if you can, Jay. Thank you. Great to see you and great to have you here. Chad said, "Hey, don't check the injuries a little bit on this one because of the injury to Bam, and he's out. That hip's really bothering him, and he will miss this game. Not only you talk about the defense, but Bam continuing to do it offensively as well. Don't forget, 22 points a game, 10 rebounds. Yeah, Tyler Hero also out for the Heat. Brent mentions it there. They've got too many injuries, he says, in this one. All right, you guys. Well, look, I can't ignore it. I mean, I think I'm going under again uh, here in this one. You guys not willing to take anything on the side. Widely reported Steam did come in on the over here in this one at 214.5, driving this one up to where it is right now. So um, I'm on the under 220. The widely reported Steam came in at 214.5. Now that was yesterday at noon. So noon my time, I believe. So you see, I mean, yeah, I mean, that was yesterday, like off the opener, but the line has moved 4 points from what some books were willing to open this game at to very early limit plays. You're not going to get too much on a game at that time, but they're testing, judging the market. And this one opened, some books had it, much lower. I'm on the under here. And again, you're probably getting these as free because, again, if my numbers are saying all these go under, not saying I'm right or wrong, maybe I'll go 50-50. But again, it's hard for me to put them forth as premiums when it looks like there is, you know, maybe if I'm wrong, I will adjust. But if I'm right, then all of a sudden we can start to shift into a little bit heavier premium mode as we want to do, certainly. Okay. So yeah, I guess I'm on another under here. And I'll put it, let me at least put it down to 219.5 or so. Make sure you guys get some value out of it. Again, if you guys sounds like you're on a lot of overs and against me here. I've got 5 unders on this show in 6 games. I promise you I'm on almost all the unders, you guys, today. And again, I'm, not oblivious to it. Just told you, 52% of the games have gone over this year, league wide. All right, the Hornets and the Bulls, they all can be winners here when you have a schedule this big. The Hornets 8-12, the Bulls 7-14 coming into this one. And well, so far, I mean, which team has been the better spread team? I'm not sure. I mean, they've both been pretty bad. Bulls are 7-14 against the spread, and the Hornets are 6-11-1 against the spread. Hornets are 4-4 to the number on the road. Bulls are 5-7 at home. This number, yeah, 4.5, 5 total currently at 220.5 or 221. So, for me, probably look. Here's another one where these two teams are producing overs. A widely reported Steam came in on the over at 220. It opened 218, took it to 220. Now it's I'll even mark it down a little bit if I'm going to go under in another game here. It looks and feels like to me these two teams have been going over, no doubt. The Hornets are 7-1 to the over on the road this season. I will mention they are 1-2 to the under as a draw. No, I'm sorry, 7-1 to the over on the road this season. Meanwhile, the Bulls are 12-9 to the over this season, 7-5 to the over at home. So yeah, these teams definitely trend to the over, but I don't know, you guys. I just don't see it. Look, it's close. Um, just my numbers have this one showing it as too high again, and I'm probably going to be on the under here. See what you guys have with the Hornets. You guys are going to pick this game. Fernando's on the over. Hornets is the easy play. No Zach Levine. Let's see. Hornets easy play. Bulls roll. No Levine. So we just go with if there's no Zach Levine, this guy, and obviously an MVP candidate with his 21 points and 5 rebounds. He's a fine player. I'm teasing you a little bit, Chad. Brent says take the Bulls. Ray says take the Bulls. Chad says, "Hey, I'm winning. I'm winning at every moment. I'm winning at every point of the game until I'm not." Chad says, "It gives me a good feeling betting unders like I do. It feels like I'm always winning, and then it ripped from me at the last second." Everybody knows I'm an under guy, but you can look at my record. I mean, there are overs out there too. All right, just because I can't find my way to the total, just because I can't find my way to the side, I think on some of these, and like I said, my premiums are sides for the most part today. So I'm going to be on the under again in this one. Nobody's going to come back here, especially if I win. I'll be the king of boredom with unders. Fernando's got it over today. I think we said that. Just try. I might just, go on a lesser confidence side just to not be so obnoxious with these calls. Thunder and Rockets. Thunder on the road here, favored by 2.5 or so, and the total 226.5, 227. A little bit of action maybe on the Rockets, taking it down to 2 at some spots. And this one, let's see. Oh gosh. All right. You got OKC obviously here favored on the road. They've been so good again this season, haven't they? Making money. I mean, yes. Are they great in a road as a road dog? Yeah. But this year it hasn't mattered. They're right back to where they left off. We say it every time. They're 7-1-1 against the spread on the road. They're 8-2 against the spread as a favorite. But guess what? The Houston Rockets, they're 7-1-1 as an underdog at home. Or no, I'm sorry, 7-1-1 at home against the spread. That's right. Both teams just very, very solid against the spread. Two young teams doing very, very well right now. This is like almost a game where this is like a game you want to watch. Out of this whole card today, I don't think you can find other than, we know that Denver's playing the Clippers tonight. That's a pretty good one. But this feels like a feature game to a certain extent. The way the OKC 13-6, Rockets 8-9, but they're always getting the money. Now a little bit of respect here, certainly because of that. See what that line is there at 2.5. And what would you do in a situation like that? Now the Rockets are 2-7 to the under at home so far this season. OKC plays a little bit to the over certainly right now, but when these two teams, match up, 7 of the last 8 games played between these two teams in Houston have gone under. Houston's won 5 straight at home. They've also gone under in 5 straight. I'm on the under. In this one. 226.5, 226. Better just take it down at least to the cheap number here. Man, I'm almost embarrassed. Feels like an NFL Sunday for me. Imagine, sending out a card that just had all unders, but I'm never going to deviate from my true feel. I just can't do it. It's not in me to do it. Here's the Rockets for Ray. Rockets first half here for Chad and first quarter. All right. And I think that does it in this one for you guys. Fernando's got me under here. And Chad, do I have it? Do I have it? Am I shortchanging them on their home winning streak? And Perky says Houston is. I guess it's over for Houston. He says two teams going in different directions. He does not see Houston the way I do. He sees Houston as. And again, no, maybe I get what Perky might be. Maybe they've, been a little bit overachieving here, and we'll see the true Houston here in the weeks to come. Doesn't feel like it though. Feels like they got good personnel. I mean, what would be a good season for Houston at this point if they're about 500 right now? If they could win, you know, well, if they could win 40 games, that'd be amazing, right? So. Fergie said, what is the angle for Houston?" Well, I like I said, 7-1-1 against the spread at home, and you're getting points. I think that's where I would look again. It plays right into the hands of what Oklahoma City is doing, certainly. So yeah, Chad, it's painful. I mean, it's kind of like my life. Hey, Rodney, you stick to what works for you, right? I mean, look, if I go under in every game, maybe I'll just go 50-50. But I'm here to give out one play. I do have some premiums today. It just so happens that a lot of these games have taken steam to the over and have been pushed up. That's all there is. Now, it could be a thing where the bookmakers were just caught off guard. Maybe they opened all their games a little bit too low coming off the tournament action. Maybe because look, everybody says that books have a handle on it. Books are just reacting to what the public is kind of doing, right? So what ends up happening is they make their adjustments based on that public action, and I've seen all these totals going up today higher, and I was kind of in line with what the book's numbers were to begin with. So I've just ended up on a lot of unders here today. And all right, let's see here. Yeah, Chad, you know what? I'm gonna agree with you on that one, Chad, with the conflict with Udoka and LeBron. Of course, I'm gonna side with LeBron in that one, but I also think LeBron. Look, it looked like Udoka. He kind of oversteps his bounds too. But LeBron, maybe knowing in the back of his mind the type of trouble that Udoka got into, it's easy to look a guy in the eye, right, and tell him he has yeah, you have a problem with him, or I don't know. Okay. Thanks, you guys, for that. Let's keep moving on here with more action with the Jazz and the Mavericks. The Mavericks, a double-digit favorite here at -10, and the total is way up. Surprise to 230 now, even 230 and a half on what? Some widely reported steam. Here's another total today going up. And it looks like all these total looks like just gonna be a crazy day of NBA scoring. Every game going over according to the public today. You know, uh, I'm not saying we're making an argument about what the public is doing, and maybe it is the sharps. Like I said, it's widely reported steam. These are coordinated moves or sharp action. The books are adjusting to. But All I'm thinking is it's going to create some value for a fool like me that wants to end up, just taking whatever the line move is and wherever my original line is, right? I don't know. Maybe my model is going to be, I'll adjust here. But you do have a Utah team that's certainly going under right now and pretty. They've gone under in six of their last seven, under in four of their last five on the road. Yeah, Dallas goes over in 13 of 19 games so far this season. So Utah's been struggling a little bit to the number of late, having covered just three of their last 10 games. So, all right. See if I can get on a side. What do you guys have? Because Fernando's going over. And Chad says the Jazz will not be in position probably to win this one here. She says Mavs roll. They'll get another 30-0 run. I'm going to sneeze here real quick, you guys. Pardon me for just a moment. There we go. Thanks a lot. Looks like Brent's got his own Chad challenge in there with that other game. All right, Jazz and Mavericks here. Like I said, Utah's a team covering spreads here at this point right now. They've covered seven of their last 10, but on the road they haven't been too great. 3-7 against the spread so far on the road this season. Dallas has been a crummy home favorite, that's for sure. They're 3-6 against the spread at home so far. So Banger says the line moved on him. No doubt about that. And I don't know if it is necessarily, uh, you know, yeah, maybe the Jazz here. Feels like with those increased points, but I'm on the under. I'm on the under today, 230, going under. Man, here's Kay on the Jazz. Thank you, Kay. So glad to have you back here today. Tom, I don't know what to do, Tom. I mean, I can't, lie and just say, well, let me look for an over I can take. Let me just find one. Let me find the closest under that I like, that like is like my lowest confidence, and just turn it into an over because, or find the game that hasn't moved 3 points and I barely like the under, and just say over just to have it. Oh, thank you, Kay. Funny. I got all unders. The one game I gave out Atlanta, I like under. So far, every game I like the under. Okay, let's just get to the next game because I finally like an over, and it may be my pick. Am I giving out all totals on the show? Maybe, except for the Atlanta. And again, I mean, I was totally the contrarian guy in that one. I may get canceled because of bad, but I like to have fun. I mean, I'm trying to say funny things, and they think I'm always serious back at headquarters. Trailblazers and the Warriors. This one at 12. The Warriors took the widely reported steam. I'll tell you that much. And nothing really came in on the total here, but I'm probably going to be on the over finally of a game here. So just at least I can try to convince you guys that I'm not just being a fool up here and say, oh, look at this guy's gone over under in every game, and probably just give this one out as my free play as well. Look, Portland's been terrific, certainly against the spread of late. Let's see, 7-5 against the spread on the road, but they've just been doing a real nice job here. Yeah, they lost to Utah, didn't get the number, but before that, they beat. Remember, they probably on one of their having their best run of the season. They beat Cleveland, they beat the Pacers, they covered against the Bucks in a loss, and they did beat Utah at home before last game, losing to Utah on the road. So, but for me, well, also do want to mention, it should not be overlooked, you guys. The biggest story of here, as far as betting probably is concerned, is that the Warriors are 1-8-1 against the spread at home so far. They've been dismal. They've been really, really bad. So, could be a spot here to take Portland. It feels like the Warriors aren't necessarily getting numbers, but maybe I might have a premium too. So give me the over in this one as my free play. I guess we're going all totals, is what I guess I mean to say. Which usually I like to play totals as my premium plays. Like I said, I think it's easier. But again, I see the discrepancy. I understand. I know I'm not getting up here and acting a fool just to get your attention. I'm saying let me give out as free plays. Let's see if my numbers are right coming out of this little, tournament. Again, the tournament was spread out. There's been other regular season games, so we've just had this weird day of rest that everybody knew they were getting, other than the teams in the final. Remember, everybody took that day off on Sunday because they didn't know who was in the playoff games. So I will go over in this one with the Warriors and Golden State. 5 of the last 6 meetings, guess what? They've gone under when they played in San Jose. So Portland's covered 4 of their last 5 games, as I mentioned. So give me the over. Believe it or not, I'm going over. What do you guys have? Trailblazers here. Blazers are nothing for Chad. And too many points for the Warriors to cover. There you go. Let's parlay it, Kay. Hey, that's sometimes, you talk about bet, and everything. And sometimes when I'm putting in my beta bets, I mean, I'm just talking about like games off the added board, I'm just very small wagers, actually, on some of those, just trying to see where my line falls before I graduate them up and feel confident in teams, just like you guys do. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Kay. All right. One more tonight. And, this one, look, if I don't go under in this one, probably not give it out as a free play, because this one probably is this one I feel pretty strong about, right? When you're talking about, I don't want to give away what's going to be on the premium. Like I said, it's going to be a lot of sides, and here in this one, I think I could probably give out another. I think I can give it a side here, because I like this total a lot, and I guess you don't need to know what side I'm on that total, but you do have 2 of the biggest under teams, it feels like, of the season here so far. The Clippers are 1-7-1 to the under so far this season at home. The Nuggets are 4-8 to the under on the road. Now, the widely reported steam did come in here on the over once again, so it came in at 225, and you look at it right now at, let me make sure it is 226, so it's only higher here. But I'm going to give out a side, because this is a total I feel like I can kind of get behind in a premium fashion. And my side is my Clippers. I'm going to be on the Clippers to beat the Nuggets here tonight. Clippers come in. Hey, we know they're sub 5, 9-10 record. Nuggets 14-7. Clippers are the 1-point favorite after all. So, yeah, it's a toss-up game, but Clippers are in fine position here. They've been playing better. Even I've come around to admit it, even though I like to make fun of team chemistry. They're putting it back together here a little bit of late with some pretty decent results. They beat the Warriors. They didn't cover. We know that they were favored against the Warriors in that second game after losing the first game to them. But they blasted the Kings. They blasted Dallas. Yeah, they lost the last meeting to Denver here back couple 2 weeks ago, I guess it was now almost 2 weeks ago, and Denver won 113 to 113 to 104 in that one. And I believe that was a game Joker was out, right? And the Clippers were ended up being a big favorite and lost. I should know better, being a public handicapper on that, but it was, like I said, a couple of weeks ago. Maybe you guys can refresh my memory. Fernando's on the Nuggets and the over here in this one. Chad's on the Clippers with me. There will be no Chad challenge here in this one. We're on the Clippers tonight. Go my Clippers! Why not? Uh, Denver 3-9 against the spread so far on the road. All right, that's a look at the NBA. Thanks a lot, and enjoy. We had a fun segment there. Maybe it was because I had to handwrite all the teams. I was just bitter. I hope they know none of them score. Okay, Jimmy has the first matchup, and it's a lock. So I guess I don't need to preview the game, but I did choose it as one of the games we'll preview just because it is the first game on the board. And I saw Perky talking about it and looked like we wanted a little bit of action. Thanks, Brent. Thanks, Chad. Enjoy. You guys make it very fun for me. When you guys leave and the college starts, we don't have as many picks. So from the chat. And that's what I want is more picks from the chat because it's really what you guys are. It's not about me picking all those unders. It's about what you guys have. Bye, Kay. Thank you. You were here for the NBA too. Or no, you're saying bye to them maybe. Okay. Thank you. All right, you guys. So let's get into it here. And Jimmy's got the pick in this one with the over in South Alabama. And Mercer, this one's about to go off here in about 25 minutes. So let's bring up the line and see if it's still the line. And like I said, I picked this one because of the game time and won't make for good on the replay of the show. It'll be kind of stale here, obviously, but you can still put your plays in if you want in this one. And man, like I said, I saw someone already on Mercer today, and I wanted South Alabama. And Jimmy said go over. So I do like the. Let me see here. No, I don't know. I'm gonna take South Alabama. I know I'm going against who was it in the chat? I'm taking South Alabama in this one. And I don't know. I think I might be on the under here. I'm just not sure actually with the total, but I do see some action that rolled in here within the last hour on the under. And I don't even know if I'll be off the air. So I kind of want to give it out and decide what I'm doing. The sharps are all over the under in this one for sure. I think they're the ones that have kind of driven this total down from as high as 135.5. Is that right? All the way down to 132 here. I'm probably going to lean under in this one. The widely reported Steam came in on the under. Man, am I going against the chat here? I'm not going to have any friends left. Perky's got Vermont as his dirty diaper play of the day. Thank you to Perky. All right. I guess I'm on South Alabama and the under. And I believe the only two opinions we had on the chat were Mercer and the over. Boy, I know how to make friends or not make friends, it feels like. Thanks, Thomas. Bye, you guys. 3 dozen stick with me here in this one. And I got 4 or 5 more college games to preview here. This one's at 6 Eastern and 3 Pacific with Wake Forest going up against hosting Rutgers here in Big Ten ACC Challenge action today with Wake Forest at home as a small favorite. And the total here is at 140. All right. Make sure I get the info I need here. Want to give out a few trends before I give out the play, just in case we get it. Just in case we get one right. All right. Yeah. And for me in this one, I'm going to be on Rutgers here to win this game. I think outright on the road. That's going to be my preferred selection here. Rutgers now. They're getting more points than this. I believe there has been some steam come in. Yeah. This one's as high as 4 right now. That has maybe I shouldn't have given that out just now. Maybe it is a premium. I don't know. I'm going to take Rutgers plus 3.5. I think you can get 4 out there, certainly, but I'm going to take Rutgers in this one. So far for Rutgers, they're 4-3 against the spread so far this season. Oh, where's the graphic? Here we go. 4-3 against the spread so far this season. I will note that Rutgers is 1-6 to the under thus far. The reported there's been steam coming in on the over big time here, and I'm not that fond of it. I'm not going to give out the total here. I'm probably leaning under. I might want to give out the total though, because I do like. Let's do it a double play here. I'm going to go out with Rutgers to win on the road in an under because I just want to give out. I want to. Maybe you know what? I'll give out every under that I see that I actually like under on, not just making it up. And then, and I'm not going to go viral or anything, but if we hit them, then guys will be like, "Wow, that Ramon." You guys already say that. Okay, you guys, what do we got here? Anything else on this game? And you're right, Perky, right? And I didn't even know it had moved actually because I typed these in. I got these are at least 3.5 hours old. These lines right now. So, all right, yeah. For me, Rutgers 4-1 against the spread. Their last 5 games on the road. This is, I believe, though, their first true road game this season, if I'm not mistaken. And so a little bit of caution there. Wake Forest, pretty good at home. They are 4-3 right now, straight up, but they've won 20 of their last 25 games at home. Okay. Give me Rutgers in that one. And next up, here's Memphis and VCU. This one also at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. You got Memphis here, favorite on the road at minus 2.5, and the total 142. Okay, just like it says there on the screen. Just want to make sure we get it right. And well, for me here, I think I can only see it one way. I know everybody. We had the conversation earlier about public plays, and in college maybe it's a little different, but it seems like Memphis is a public team here, right? I mean, if you think of Memphis, how good they've looked so far, uh, you know, 5-2, but I mean, they've had some pretty high profile wins, certainly. We know they've failed in a couple of games. They're 0-2 against the spread as a favorite, but you look at some of the game it's a two-game losing streak right now. They were 5-0, lost to Villanova by 16, and they lost to Ole Miss on the road. So here they are on the road again, and taking on this Southern Miss team. Uh, Teams met last year. Memphis won 62-47 at home as a 10.5 point favorite. They did get the money. I like VCU here. Probably like them on the money line in this one. This is a freemium. This is a freemium. We got plenty of games today. I'll find my spots. Do like VCU here quite a bit, and I also like the over. Maybe I'll just, there are a lot of games, and I feel bad about that, and I feel bad about that NBA. I like the over here in this one, you guys. I'm gonna take it here on the show, but just to let you know, I maybe made a mistake there because I said VCU and I had it overwritten down here, and VCU is going to be a premium, but let's go ahead and go with it. I like VCU to win this game. As far as that total, I do like it over the 142 ish here. Has it gone up? I think maybe it has. Mm, oh gosh, 143 and a half at DraftKings. So this one looks like, because that's a standout. That number kind of stands out. So we may be seeing the market fall in line with DraftKings here eventually, because it looks like everybody else is at 142 and DraftKings is the only one. Now maybe my feed is off, and DraftKings is actually lower, and but it does show having moved within the last 10 to 15 minutes to the 143. So I'll put it 143 on the air. I'm going over. VCU's a really strong play. Memphis 2-0 to the over as a favorite this season. VCU has been an under team so far for the most part, but their only two games that they did go over, they were an underdog in both of those. So give me the over in this one, but I like VCU to win here today, but it's a challenge with me and Perky. He has it as his one big time smash of the day. So here's the thing: Perky is probably one of my favorite chat members because we're both San Diegans, and we have some similar interests. Certainly, and we're in almost the same generation type of thing. But I've been noticing, and we do agree on a lot of games, but on the biggest games, Perky, you are on the public sides and always against me, and I have to sit here and sweat it out when I see you in other chats and in our chat room saying I need this team, and I know you don't pay, you don't have time to pay for all of the, pay attention to my picks all the time. You're your own man, and I want you to be your own man. You don't have to listen to me ever, nor do I expect you to. You are a great contributor and capper, but you and I have been on the wrong. Some of those sweats that you've ended up on the short side, I've sat there and had to say, I can't believe I'm here, and I'm not rubbing it in. Do you? I mean, it's Perky challenge. I notice when you win and I lose, but I'm just feeling like of late you've been on the sides that maybe you've been hot, so maybe I've lost a few, but I've sat there and you've said, I need this win so bad. This is uh, uh, you know, okay, you're right. We have been, and maybe I did get the better. And I'm not saying I got the better of you. I'm just saying, oh my God, I see Perky. He's in Perky mode here. He's talking about, this is the game he needs the sweater. The wife's going to leave for the weekend and leave him all alone to watch games. So Perky and I've been sweating, going, "Oh my God, I'm on the different side of Perky again." All right, gave you a double play there, VCU and the over. You guys mentioned this one earlier. Obviously, very interesting. Seems like wherever Shaka Smart goes, he ends up going and making a schedule, and that's what sometimes you do. And I don't know if that's what's happened here. Um, if anything, or well, I think this is a part of the challenge, right? So, but I think they organize a challenge or they schedule the challenge. So you do have Texas and Marquette. So a little bit interesting because I think the total has gone up. The widely reported steam came in on the over now. Okay, I get it, but uh, Marquette's still kind of playing that Shaka Smart. Uh, It's an easy narrative, I think, sometimes for a handicapper to talk about Smart and his, 40 minutes of uh, hell defense or whatever it's called. I mean, it's his calling card, though, so it's not necessarily not a narrative. It's just an easy handicap for a guy like me that can sit here and whip through his notes and talk about defense when he doesn't have anything to talk about the game. But I kid you to a certain extent because what he left at Marquette at Texas was kind of the same deal. They kind of still bought into it a little bit. Now Texas has been going over so far this season, but Marquette 3-5 to the under so far, 3-2 to the over. Not necessarily saying I'm trying to sell you on a total here necessarily at this point, but I'm going under with Texas and Marquette. That's just all there is to it with these. With this situation with Marquette at home, with Smart, big favorite here, and Texas just 2-5 against the spread so far this season, and they're 6-1, but they're a big underdog here. So you have to definitely uh, let that uh, let that shake down a little bit because you have a Marquette right now, one of the best teams in the country coming into this. Right now, one of the best teams in the country. That's just all you can say about it. Now they are 6-2, and Texas is 6-1, but I think the spread is kind of the indicator here in this one. And you look at kind of the popular, uh, metric site. Um, if you will. And, this is like the biggest game of the day. And you still have Marquette, an 8-point favorite. Marquette rated eighth by Ken Palm, the official rating site of Tony's Picks. I think they like us to use it or refer to it, I think. And Texas is down, in the top 30, certainly, but it seems like they do deserve to be a little bit higher. It's just that, look, do you think there's a situation at all with Texas's offense? Now, Marquette statistically, I don't think their defense shows the type of thing, or maybe they're not necessarily playing Smart's brand of defense because I don't think the numbers really reflect. So that's why the total doesn't reflect it. But I think in this matchup where Texas they score points. It's just the metrics on some of the things seem to be so bad offensively for Texas. I don't think they rebound very. Let me call it up on the Ken Palm here. It seems like. Let's see. So you're going up against a Marquette team that does like to slow it down. Man, look at this. The Marquette. Uh, let's see. Six. Okay, no, they they play it fast on offense and they slow it down on defense. So there is a definite strange uh, situation there a little bit with the metrics on this, but maybe I am leaning a little bit to the eye test here to a certain extent. Um, Again, Texas doesn't necessarily play too slowly, but all right. I just think the total's high. That's all. And I'm not sure actually on the side here in this one just yet. But this is the game of the night. I mean, this is a big game. Hi, Jennifer's here today. What a pleasure to have Jennifer with her pick. She'll take Marquette in the first half. What's that line, Jennifer? I'm sure it's probably 5. Maybe you got 4.5, and that's why you took it. All right. right. And doubles, I think you might just be looking at. Let me see if I can help you here on this one real quick. I know we're in the college section, but I believe that the times may have just been set as a filler here. Okay. No, I guess not. You know what did I think it is actually though? And again, yeah, I think it is an awkward time. I don't know why they did do that, but what I think might be occurring, and maybe I'll check this before tomorrow, or I'll come back tomorrow on this, is there might be two entries into that game. You know what I mean? Like they have to clear the arena. There's a 4 hour gap in between games, and they may just have two gates on that. You know, they're played, you know, um, at the same arena. They're both played at T-Mobile, and I believe that they have separate ticket entries. So I think they have a little bit of clearance, and they just want that last game, which is the West Coast game. So it really doesn't. But New Orleans is obviously on the road, so not sure necessarily on that. But thanks for bringing that to my attention. Actually. All right. And Jennifer, thank you. That was another couple looking at betting both Vermont and New Hampshire. Uh, I'll let you handle that. But Vermont at Northeastern, road favorite. New Hampshire at Dartmouth, slight road favorite maybe, or just to pick them. Just anybody looking at some other action. Jennifer's got some plays. Thank you, Jen. Hope I can say Jen. South Carolina. If you're not, I will never say it again. Just tell me, and I'll say it the full lovely name. Okay, South Carolina and Clemson. Nice to have a little rivalry action when you're talking about the SEC and the ACC matchup here with South Carolina. Big underdog here, though, on the road against Clemson, who's had a few moments so far, I guess, so far this season with their perfect record on the line, 7-0 currently, and not only 7-0, but also uh, decent against the spread, 4-3. But South Carolina also coming in with a 7-0 record, but they've been getting the numbers. They've been covering. So Clemson, maybe they've been a little bit overrated so far. South Carolina, they are 6-1 against the spread, 2-0 against the spread on the road, getting some nice points here. Why wouldn't they hang in here uh, against Clemson today? It seems like they've done pretty well. They've gotten numbers, so they might still be a little underrated. Clemson is 5-2 to the over so far. South Carolina 2-0 to the over on the road. Um, Thought we saw. Let's see here. Game 7-18. No, I guess we haven't seen too much widely reported steam. There was a little bit of a move to the under. This one was as high, I believe it was 140. I want to say 140 and a half before it got pushed down, but I don't know. I would think it might be a game into the 140s. Let's just take South Carolina here in this one with the points. That's a lot of points. In fact, it might even be down to 7.5 here. Oh gosh, no, it's 8.5. Pretty much everywhere. Pretty much everywhere. I'll take 8. I'll take 8. And let's see if you guys have. Hello to Thurman. Nice to see you today. Okay. Jennifer, we're actually still leaning to the under here in this one, I think. Thurman, we went over Mercer a little bit. If you just scroll back a little bit, I can tell you that the chat was pretty much Mercer and over, and I was South Alabama and under, and it's just been the theme of the day. I can't convince you. I can't convince these people of anything. Oh. But yeah, we did preview it with a little bit of information, and I don't know. You don't think you need to scroll back. Just know that I'm on South Alabama and under, and the chat it did feel like they were Mercer and over, quite frankly. And I think there was a general consensus that chat was in agreement with each other, and that I was out on an island. And I'm out on an island on a lot of these games today, my friend. I like the conversation you guys are having about college basketball up in the Northeast, and I wish we could cover more of those games actually. And I will give out picks, or you guys got your picks. You don't need mine on those games. I got a few more here. We still got to get to hockey, the 4 games in hockey, and get out of here, you guys. How about Nebraska and Minnesota? Don't forget that other game's about to go. That South Alabama Mercer. All right, you got Nebraska here, a road favorite, coming in to play the Gophers. Total here 148, maybe 147.5. The spread maybe has moved down to 9, so maybe it's Minnesota, maybe it's under. So far as a slight move at this point, and I think I want the home dog here in this one. And also, I do think I am going to be on the under in this game. I might even just do it as a double play here. Look, Minnesota, so far they've been terrific against the spread. They are 8-3 so far straight up. Or I'm sorry, 5-3 straight up, 7-1 so far against the spread, 6-0 against the spread at home. Now Nebraska's done a nice job too, but they are laying the points here on the road. They're 1-0 against the spread on the road. They're 5-2 against the spread as a favorite. So they've done a really nice job too. But I think at home here, I'm going to end up taking the Golden Gophers plus the points. And I do like the under as well. I don't think we have too much in terms of trends this season for the two teams going over, but for me, it might just be about the metrics and the play here in this one. Way I look at it with, uh, oops, here it is. The way I look at it right now with these two clubs, you have Minnesota has gone 1-2 to the under as a dog. I mean, these two teams have been basically 50-50 proposition as far as totals are concerned this season, and the series has gone over in 3 straight. But at 148, I'm going to end up. I'm going to end up on the under here. All right, I got a couple more here. I want to talk to you about. Just we'll mention 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams in Minnesota have gone over. Minnesota, they've covered 8 out of the last 9 meetings at home against Nebraska. All right. Hey, nothing like a little backyard brawl here to basketball style to keep it rolling with Pittsburgh and West Virginia. Got Pittsburgh a road favorite tonight at WVU, and it might even be up to 4 here at this point. Total has gone down here to 138.5. So we haven't seen, I haven't felt compelled to move many games on the totals here. So, but I think this one you got to at 138.5, pretty significant move here to the under. The widely reported steam did come in on the under in this one, driving this total down to 138, even at some spots. And I don't know. I'm not sure it's the right move here with these two teams. Kind of wanted to go over in this one. So I think I just might at 138.5. I don't think I can sell you on very many trends here with these two teams to go over. West Virginia has been a pretty hardcore under so far this season, 2-5 to the under, but they are 3-4. Pittsburgh, obviously a road favorite here for a reason. It is their first true road game, however. They've been terrific on offense, and well, West Virginia, they quite frankly looks like they're struggling without uh, Coach Hugs anymore there. So we'll see how that plays out, but. I don't know, man. I don't know if I can necessarily see this one staying under. I think I prefer this one into the 140s for sure. Here, I'm gonna give West Virginia maybe a chance. Uh, no, I don't know if I can actually. I'm sure Pittsburgh will probably get this one. Actually, I just don't know if I can't lay it as a. I'm just gonna take the give me the over here. I was gonna try to do another double play. Pittsburgh's done a little bit of covering here, obviously, but in this series overall, uh, West Virginia has won 5 straight meetings between these two teams, including the one here uh, 2 years ago, 74-59. Last year's meeting was at Pittsburgh, and it was 81-56 in that one. And that one was won by West Virginia in convincing fashion. So, all right, give me the over there. Maybe it is a West Virginia series. Just have to look into it a little further. All right. Uh, one more game in the college ranks, and it'll be SMU going to take on Arizona State tonight. Got Arizona State been pretty strong, certainly at home right now, and they're favored in this one by 3.5, 3 in the total 140. Currently in this one. Now I'm showing it down to 2 now, 2 and 140.5. So we've got a little bit of a move here to the Mustangs and maybe a little bit of move to the over with SMU and ASU. This one goes off at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific time here on the Fox Sports 1 late game. Got Arizona State so far 5-2, 3-4 so far against the spread. SMU 6-3. They failed in their only true road game, but just to mention, you got a close game here. Arizona State at home. Dating back to last season, they have won 8 of their last 9 games, and like I said, they are favored here, but the move has been on SMU, strangely enough. And Steam, let's see that. Like I said, widely reported Steam did come in here. Hold on a moment. I don't know if I did have, on the over in this one. That took it up from 139.5 up to 140. And I think that's the right move. Actually, I'm going to take it over here, 140.5, 141, whatever it's going to be. I'm going to take it over because I'm tired of all the unders. And that's going to do it for the college basketball portion of the show. And I've got 4 hockey games to look at real quick, and then we'll get out of here. Look, hockey, this is what you came for, but not last night. Didn't have a great night of the show picks. Like I said, we did win the premium picks kind of in convincing fashion. We're on a roll right now in the premiums, I believe, in hockey. We did have hockey winners. You know what? I just want to go back here a little bit. That should be fine. Oh, there we go. I had the graphic wrong. Okay, so here we go. So yesterday, looking for winners. Yeah, we had the Sharks here on the show. Other than that, winners were pretty hard to come by. We had the Minnesota Wild as well here, but good thing this is all about your plays because it wasn't about mine yesterday. I didn't feel like. Here we go. Penguins and Lightning to start us off. And in this one, you got Lightning at home. I'll just also check, make sure we're clear on the goalies as well. All right. Yari and Vasilevsky here in this one. And Tampa Bay definitely favored minus $1.30, $1.38 at Bovada, $1.28 at Bet Online. Total here 6.5, 6.5 shaded to the over at minus 115. And for me, I might be interested in Pittsburgh here on the road actually today with the matchup against Tampa Bay. Again, I've been a team. I've been one that's kind of wanted to play Pittsburgh here a little bit of late. Uh, right now, coming into this Pittsburgh, they have defeated Tampa Bay in 5 straight meetings. Pittsburgh has gone under in 5 straight games on the road. Tampa Bay has gone under in 4 of their last 5 games. Pittsburgh's gone. Uh, Pittsburgh and Tampa Bay have gone over in 12 of the last 16 meetings here in Tampa Bay. I'm going to take Pittsburgh in this one to win on the road. Again, you're talking 2 teams with pretty much identical records coming in so far this season. I will note that uh, Pittsburgh, um, what is it? 9 and 15 to the under. These teams definitely trend under. I can't do anything with the total in this one. All right, just give me Pittsburgh. Now I can't. I can't. My number is too close on the total. Jennifer says under. That would have to be if it's going to be. I mean, I can only look under. That's for sure. I feel like. With the total at 6.5 and 2 teams that, yeah, like I said, Pittsburgh does produce some unders. Did just see the goalies, I think, come in here. Yes, Vasilevsky in goal for sure. He is confirmed for the Lightning in this one. And I've got the Penguins. I'm sure Vasilevsky will be great here now that he's back. Talking long term or this season. All right, Dallas and Florida in this one. Oops, where's the graphic? Stars and Panthers in this one. The Panthers are favored at home, $1.15, $1.20. The total here is about 6, maybe 6 flat, maybe 6 over 15, somewhere right in there. With the goalie situation, Ottinger and Bobrovsky looks like they will be the goalies in this one, and I'm kind of like Florida here for me on the road, but uh, man, oh, I'm sorry. Let me start out with Dallas. Florida at home. I kind of like Florida at home. Here, did I say Florida was on the road? Florida is at home. Oh, thanks, doubles. Appreciate that. I didn't know what I was getting. Yeah, you guys are talking basketball in there. I do pay attention to your guys' comments, believe me, but sometimes it's a little bit of autopilot. So okay, I'm leaning to Florida in this one to win at home against Dallas at a reasonable price right now. I think Florida's playing pretty well. I know you got Ottinger. I know you got Dallas, but these teams have basically identical records so far this season. Both teams have 14 wins so far, and uh, Stars have been a great road team, no doubt about it. But Panthers still have won 7 of 11 at home. Pretty stiff. I mean, you see that total 6 over 15. I'm going to move it down to 6. And I would think this one could be like a Stars game, if you know what I mean. And it probably would go under, I would think, with these 2 teams right now. That's what it feels like. But hey, I might need a premium too. So uh, make no mistake for Dallas, they've gone uh, over in a few games here of late. They went over in the last game against. Oh no, I'm sorry. They lost to Tampa Bay. Remember, 4-0 is revenge. Tampa got their revenge for that 8-1 drubbing that Dallas put on Tampa Bay. So, okay, for me though, give me Florida at home tonight against Dallas, and I would think I'm looking 3-1, 3-2, right in there, if you know what I mean. Rays on the Stars tonight, so Rays on Stars. I'm on Panthers. Okay, the Golden Knights are gonna take on the Blues. Wow. How about this one? Golden Knights, $1.60 on the road. Oh, $1.50 to $5.60. Golden Knights taking action from the public. Must be a little bit steamy here, I would think. Yeah, up from $1.45. They also pressed this one down on the under for sure. And why not with these two teams right now? Seems like a solid under, doesn't it? I might have to give it out as a free play because I don't know if I can get a six anymore. There was. You could always get a juiced six, I guess. But now for these two teams, it just feels like a dead solid under. There's been some support for the over, though, from the Sharps. I wouldn't say it's been totally overwhelming despite the widely reported steam. But you got St. Louis, uh, home underdog, right? They're 3-13 to the under as an underdog. These two teams are combined 16-34 to the under so far this season. That's about 70%. Vegas is 6-14 to the under as a favorite. Now, the one interesting thing to note about this is that even though these teams, it seems like a massive, massive underplay for what these guys are doing this season. But note this: Vegas is 9-17 to the under. On the road, they're 6-7 to the under. So still leading under by a notch. But that would mean they are actually, at home 3-10 to the under. They do most of their uh, unders at home. And they're 50-50 on the road. Now, St. Louis is 7-17 to the under. But at home, they're 5-5 over under. So, if anything, these guys are not in the setting where they usually play their unders. They're really just a 50-50 proposition. That might actually kind of, hint you a little bit, hint your way a little bit here to the over. So, I'm not sure I can give it out actually at this point, despite the strong trends here, because maybe there's a little bit more offense. Maybe they can get to 6 goals. I'm going to take St. Louis to beat Vegas tonight. I'm going to take them on the money line. The price has gone up, and I'm going to take the Blues here in this one. It would be an upset, but the Blues have done a very nice job. I think everyone can agree with that so far this season with their 13-10 record. Note that Vegas, as a puck line favorite, 8-12 to cover the puck line is, to note. Exactly, salty, right? All right, one more and we're done with Hurricanes and Oilers. And in this one, I've got the Oilers here favored $1.15. Oh yeah, $1.15, $1.20 or so total, way up there. 6.5 over 35, maybe even 6.5 over 40 at this point. And look, Edmonton might be the side here, but what are you guys doing? Anything in this one? This is a TNT game tonight at 9:30 Eastern and 6:30 Pacific. Carolina, they've always done a pretty nice job against Edmonton. They've covered the puck line in 6 of their last 7. They've won 4 of the last 5 games when playing Edmonton. Edmonton has won 4 of their last 5 games at home of late. So I'm going to be taking Carolina here as my play on the road. Take Carolina to win over Edmonton maybe based a little bit on that series. But look, I see enough on this price for me. I've got a 14-9 Carolina. I know I continue to go against this Edmonton team, but again, I think they're betting them like they're a little bit better than they are. So maybe this is a toss up. I'll take the Hurricanes here tonight in this one. Note Edmonton 13-8-1 to the over, 6-3-1 to the over at home. I'm going to take the Hurricanes. Okay, that's it. Okay, guys, we got to go. Show's over. Rays on the Oilers. I want to thank you guys for coming and chatting with each other and with me as well. We'll be back tomorrow with more Morning Steam at 8 a.m., 9 a.m. Eastern and 6 a.m. Pacific. We'll preview more action, including NBA in season tournament semifinals, and also Thursday night football. We'll also have NBA, NHL, or NBA tournament, NHL, college basketball, and more. Please come check me out. Thank you, everybody. For Tony'sPicks.com, I'm Ramon Scott.